Hey everyone, this is Multifire.
And this is Darkscream 217.
Today we're coming to you with a rant about anime, reviews, and all sorts of other things in general.
Yeah, we're just going to do a very, very long ramblings. This might be in multiple parts with multiple subjects on multiple topics, but they're all anime related in one way or another. And I did mention recently in my Gunsmith Cats anime that I am just not interested in most recent anime. Speaking of Gunsmith Cats, if you haven't seen the review, I will post a link down there for you
Mm,
guys to see it, as well as Multifire's Donnie Darko review, which has something related to what we're going to talk about today. And I know
it
I've been
does.
plugging those two videos shamelessly for a while, but YouTube had that bullshit glitch for a while. I just want to make sure everyone still got a chance to look at those two videos.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess we're gonna start at or can we start? I guess we could start on anime reviewers since that's the hot topic. I could repeat what I said in the Donnie Darko review and move on to the critical thinking.
All right, let me just get my 2 cents out of the way. I
Okay.
don't hate all anime reviewers. I don't like a good chunk of them, but I will list the ones I do like, um, and give my reasons out why. For the first one I like is Waya, aka Who Is Your Anime. They're just basic, quick, run of the mill reviews, and he just covers like. Yeah, of course, he covers the basics: story art, music. He has a very basic formula that he uses all the time, and I basically watch his reviews just to see what his opinion on certain things, to see if that will get me interested into checking some anime out or not. In fact, he's kind of the reason why I was curious about El Hazard the Magnificent World, which I do plan on reviewing in the future. Lens Cap Productions, aka Mr. Anime. I haven't been watching many of his anime reviews as of recent. I can't even remember if he uploaded any, but I like his reviews for almost the same reasons. The Anti Fangirl reviewer, uh, I don't agree with her most of the time, but I can at least respect her because she backs up her points pretty well. And Aiko Arisaka 420, aka the Anime Overviewer, he was the first reviewer I saw on YouTube that kind of inspired me for the anime section of this YouTube channel way back in 2008. That being said, I think that's the only anime reviewers that I like or care about.
The only reviewer in general that I like is Red Letter Media. And
Ah,
that's because he does really good critical thinking, which is to kick everything off. People don't critical think. I'm told by people who think they critical think to critical think all the time. Like if I say I enjoy this show for what it is and I don't care about its flaws, those can be ignored. People will say no, 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 you can't enjoy it despite its flaws because you always have to be critical thinking. Like I have to be some sort of nitpicky OCD bastard. And for things that are deep, that do require critical thinking, people call it pretentious. They don't want to think anymore. It's just pretentious. It's not something worth thinking about. It pretends to be deep, but they don't even bother trying to look into it to see if it really is deep. And that's what critical thinking really is: seeing how deep something goes, thinking about characters, thinking about plot points, what something means, how it relates to society. Is it art? And despite what people think, art isn't pretentious. Art needs to be looked at. Now, listing off whether the music and the animation quality and, you know, the voice acting is good or not is important in reviews, yes. And I don't mind reviewers that do that, but that is not critical thinking. Critical thinking is thinking deeper into the stories and meaning and all of that other stuff. It's really analyzing art and the way it relates to society. And no one that's told me to critical think does that. So I get really frustrated when people tell me, oh, you have to be critical thinking all the time. It's like,
even though
I
it's
am
not.
critical thinking all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
You're not.
yeah. Even though what you were doing, even though what they're doing isn't critical thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
And
as for basic movie reviews, I only listed anime reviewers, but Red Letter Media, aka Mr. Plinkett, and I even watch Half in the Bag. Those are like the only film reviewers I watch. I don't even watch video game reviewers anymore. Like whenever there's like video game reviewers that talk about video games that are relevant today, I really don't care about. Like I'm just gonna go in there, buy a video game, and just risk it. And I've been playing less and less video games. In fact, the only video game I'm getting this November, unless of course it gets delayed for some BS reasons, is Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I don't care about Arkham City. I already said my pieces on UMVC 3. I would love to play Saints Row the Third, but financially I can't.
Yeah,
So it's just gonna be one freaking game for the end of the season, end of the year.
pretty much the same here. I can't really afford any other video games.
And you really don't watch any other anime, manga, book reviewers on YouTube, do you?
I watch Teen Chibi occasionally, who's now known as Crazy Coben, and I watch you. And other than that, no, I don't watch anime reviewers because I can't. Most of the time, I can't stand anime reviewers. They're the pickiest sons of bitches in the world that cannot be pleased. That is how I see the anime community at large.
Yeah, but we're gonna touch on. Well, I don't know if I want to give out examples or not, because really I'm not in the mood to piss people off. You got any examples of anime reviewers you don't like or you don't want to express?
No, I don't want to give off examples and name names because I don't want this to turn into a drama video, just
Okay.
more of a an informational video.
Yeah, well, we got ones we don't like, and we're just gonna leave it at that. But that statement about anime fans being the pickiest and pretentious group of people. Now, I don't mind calling people pretentious.
People can be pretentious occasionally, yeah.
Yes, but calling the story or a show pretentious. Now, I could see why you would get pissed off about that because it just discourages hardcore thinking. And by the way, you're talking to a guy who likes to analyze films and shows, but isn't really into deep that isn't into really deep or dramatic shows. You're looking for a guy who's into shows that are just on and that are entertaining and just fun, or probably give me a laugh or two, if it's comedy. But you won't see me talking a lot about 2001: A Space Odyssey. And I did see that
Yeah.
movie. For a movie for As a movie for like studying in film classes, which is how I saw the movie, it's great. But as a sit down and watch kind of movie, it's
It does
slow as
yeah, it
shit.
doesn't have any entertainment value at all. It's just relentless art.
I don't know. I thought the part where I thought Hal was entertaining, especially at
He's
the end.
he's probably the only entertaining thing about the film. Well, that and the gorilla or like monkey tribal wars at the beginning. That was
Yeah,
interesting to
they
watch.
they did some things that made me chuckle. Uh, But speaking now since we got the critical thinking out of the way, let's get on to the whole anime thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this might bite us in the ass and it might look like we just pull a double standard, but something is scaring me. Maybe it's my old age. Maybe I am getting old. People say, "Oh, you don't get old until you hit your mid 30s." That's bullshit. You get old when you hit your mid 20s. Because I'm just really not that interested in a lot of new anime anymore.
Neither am I. In fact, I was telling Darkscream the other day that I was going to quit watching anime entirely until I started watching Crunchyroll again to
Yeah,
try
I
to
know.
pique my interest and keep my reviews flowing.
Which kind of inspired this little series of rants here. Um, I basically tried to talk him into maybe there's something out there that we'll like. I don't know, because even then I was feeling jaded. I don't feel like giving that 3 episode rule a chance anymore because, just the first episode is boring, or maybe it is good, but it's not anything I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
And that might sound selfish, but if you want me to watch the show, I have to like it. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. If it's a bad show, there's a chance I still might like it. Chosen. But
Well, sometimes I wonder if I'm just getting too old for anime. Like
yeah, I know
certain
that.
anime was great when I was a kid, and I see them through nostalgia goggles now. But if the same anime was made today, I probably would like it a lot less.
Yeah, I've been watching anime that I haven't seen that was made when I was a kid or a teenager, and I'm liking it. But the newer titles I just can't get into. I'm not into the slice of life genre anymore. They kind of ruined. Lucky Star made a slither pass for me, but
When I was in like probably in sixth grade, like a long time ago when I was a kid, I thought Candidate Pilot was the greatest, most intellectual show ever,
I,
and now I think it's the worst piece of shit that the devil gave to man.
I don't have any shows that changed my opinion that I look back on. It's mostly because I haven't seen most of the ones I thought that were really really good. Maybe my opinion on G Gundam might change if I go back and watch it.
I used to like Naruto a whole lot. I was a big Naruto fan. I got a sound headband.
Yeah, but we saw your review, or most people did see your review. They know how you
Yeah.
feel. And honestly, I know a lot of people might expect me to talk about the upcoming fall catalog, but I don't want to do it. I'm serious. I really don't want to do it.
Y- Yeah, we've put that series on cancellation or at least on hold.
Yeah, maybe the next winter season could come out with better titles, but I'm looking at the fall section. I'm like, with the exception of the Lupin the Third reboot, which I'm still told to be just a little bit skeptic about, and what else? I think that's it. Most of the shows are like shows I don't care about, or second seasons of shows I haven't even seen or finished. Like the second season of Bakuman, I haven't even seen the first anime. Reading the manga as we speak, but not watching the anime.
I just don't care about anime anymore. When I try to like look at the plot and then like sit down and watch it, I just can't bring myself to care about anything that's happening. I can't bring myself to care about the characters or like anything like that. I can think about them. I can think about their motivations and what makes them them and why they're who they are today. But in terms of like anime, it's just I'm starting to not be able to stand it.
You think you know why?
I don't know. I might just be growing out of anime, and there's a lot of anime I haven't even finished. Oftentimes, even if
Same
I
here.
like an anime, I'll get halfway into the series and just quit watching because it's just not on the top of my priority list.
Yeah, what he said on my end.
So I don't know. Like I want to keep reviewing though, so chances are I'm going to be watching a lot of Crunchyroll and reviewing series on there because I think people like my anime reviews. So I'm not just going to cancel that series.
No, no. I'm
Um,
still going to review animes in the future, but I'm going to be very picky on my decisions. I just can't. Right now, I'm going back and watching old school anime from the 80s and 90s because, well, I still think those shows are really good, and I kind of side with Ben the Sage there. It's like there's nothing better than there's only one man can take so much of the 80s and 90s. Oh, Slayers is a fucking good show.
yeah,
Oh, that's
Slayers is a pretty entertaining show. Yeah.
but nowadays, like I'm looking at the fucking I'm actually looking at the fall catalog right now. Let's see which show was it, if you can remember, the one that bored the crap out of you.